Hello, I'm at Harlaston Church, St Matthew's, and last night I was doing some research and I found that there were only 8 graves here listed on Find a Grave. So I had a look at Ancestry and researched a little further, and I've managed to add 316 graves. So I've come to see if I can recognise some of the names from the ones I added last night and see how many are left. So there's the church. It was restored in the 1880s from the original old part of the building. There's some pictures inside. 3 very early ones here, engravings. And then this one, which is a photograph taken in 1883, just before the restoration. And then up here, we've got a board recognising the benefactions to the church. Isn't that marvellous? We have to assume that that was painted in 1842. And here's the second of the 2 modern stained glass windows. This one is dedicated to Winnie and Percy Wallace in 2000. Before I go, let me show you this fantastic board with all the vicars of this church, portraits of them all, absolutely gorgeous. I've really enjoyed looking around in here. Now, last night I added 316 graves to the records here, so let's go and have a look, see if I can find them. I'm going to take you for a little walk around the churchyard. A sucker for an angel. This is lovely. This is Alice, wife of T. Pelham Thorman, rector. Got one here that's collapsing, which is ironic really, because I was talking to somebody doing tumble testing in Wigginton Cemetery earlier today, and he knows the cemetery very well. But this is Joseph Hellaby's wife Anne, and then Joseph himself. It's a fantastic stone, but unfortunately that will be over soon. I recognise a lot of these names as ones I've added earlier. So we've got the Fletchers here, Wilcox, Mary Jane, wife of Thomas Wallace and Thomas himself, Mary Jane aged 6 and Charles aged 2½. This one is Mary, his wife, but we don't know whose wife, because unfortunately the top of the stone is worn out. Also of William, their grandson. So if Mary died on March 24th, 1850, I should be able to find her and work out who that is. So then we've got William Mercer, another family I saw quite a lot, and Mary Ann, his wife. And fabulous slate gravestones here. We look back over this way, I imagine the whole of this lawn would have been covered in stones originally, but gradually they've all fallen or been removed. This graveyard is closed to new burials. This looks like a child-sized one. Let's have a look and see who it is. Janet Noreen, infant daughter of Archibald and Jessie Simpson, who died January the 11th, 1908, aged 4 months. Oh, bless her. God's great loving angels must have smiled on her and opened wide their sheltering arms. Other nice slates here. Sudbury, Fletcher, Lees. We have a big slab here. Who's this? Sarah, the beloved wife of the Reverend R. Bloxham. And I thought it had got a bit cloudy, now it's decided to rain on me. Let's make the rest of the trip a little quicker. So over this side we have the newer graves. Henry Carter. But there's one or two old ones amongst them. Here's one here. This is Charles Haig Mousley of Edendale, who died in 1849. No space to make this churchyard any larger, sadly. Oh, another old slab here. Who's this? Would that be James Collingwood, 1874, and died on December the 29th, 1874. And Mary, whose wife, who died on January the 15th, 1876. Here are some of the stones that have been laid down over the years. They've used them to edge the perimeter of the church. So that's William Sutton, Thomas Sutton, Harriet Sutton, William Webster Savory, Grace Dunn, 1869, Eliza Sudbury and John, her son. Yes, all these must have been in the centre of the grass earlier on, and then they've been moved. This is Alfred Stevenson, who died April 17th, 1858, aged 3 years and 2 months. Bless. Oh. And here we have Anne, wife of William Whiting, and George Lakin of Lutterworth, and Mary, his eldest daughter. And there's a few more random old ones. John Tilley, son of James and Elizabeth Tilley, died in 1849. Elizabeth Tilley, wife of James Tilley of Harlaston, died in 1840. And James Tilley, who died in 1860. Ah, look, another one of my favourite little practice things along here. Tilley corpse buried in the church. So that's a clue, which if they hadn't laid these stones down, we would never have known. Thomas Hopkin, Richard Elliot, John Elton, 1889, Frances Matilda, his wife, and Thomas, who died aged 42, and more Eltons here, Emily, Mary Ann and Sarah, and down here Thomas Elton and Elizabeth Elton. So we have a family area here. Well, the sun's gone in. I think that's all I'll do today. It's starting to rain a little bit harder now, and I think if I don't get home soon, I'm going to get soaked. See you again soon. Bye.